Okay. I am really excited that we're finally doing this on video. Like 63 episodes in.
Yes.
We're swapping formats.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Actually, because but I think we are of an age, I suppose, where that's where most of the content is consumed. I say content in inverted brackets because I even hate calling it content. But that's the
But we talk to amazing people, like our guest today, Tom Collins.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think the beautiful thing that we've always said about
it's like visual. Everything we talk about is visual, right?
Yeah, we talk about books, you know, a lot. We talk about books and we talk about process and we talk about, what else do we talk about?
That's it, basically.
Books and process.
And small reindeers.
And maybe sometimes we get a slightly philosophical.
Sometimes. Not too often.
It's nice to see the emotion. There's a lot of emotion on this podcast, I think. And it's good to see you express it, I think.
Yeah, it feels slightly strange, but I think actually I feel like I'm kind of a natural in front of the camera. I don't know about you boys.
Yeah, I feel like you're natural too. This is exactly what we've always said about you.
I think I need to get a more comfortable chair.
You were born to be in front of the camera.
Yes. So what has been going on in your lives this year then, since we last seen you both?
I tell you what, I recently had a chat with Tom about wedding photography.
Did you?
It was nice. It was really, I think it was way longer than
Did Dan go on
than Dan was expecting.
I just want to say one more thing. We've got some technical support today. From the wonderful Roman Kidishim. He's in the background. He doesn't want to show his face because he's too pretty for that.
I reckon though, at some point before we cut, we're going to see at least some legs.
Yeah, or a hand, or a hairy arm,
or a hairy arm,
or a thrown vowel.
We've got to give the viewers something. A piece, for. Every episode. Every episode they get a piece.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to then, Tom? What have you been bloody doing? Tell me about your life.
So there was a bit of a diversion.
Yeah, weddings.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of weddings.
And how many weddings have you shot in?
I've shot 9 this year.
Have you? Okay.
So obviously it's not loads, but I mean I'm not doing wedding photography full time.
That's pretty good.
And have they come from word of mouth, friend of a friend?
Yeah, I mean most of them are word of mouth or through Instagram. And a few of them have been like from other weddings that I've shot. So the guests have been there and they've said like, I was at the wedding.
Okay.
And I saw the photos and all that stuff.
And that's kind of powerful, isn't it? I think that's really. And so how much of your work has been like design? How much of your work has been photography? What kind of split have you had this year?
I think it's about 50-50.
Have you? That's interesting.
Probably. Like it's getting there.
Do you prefer the photography to the design now?
I like doing them both. Just
like having a mix.
Yeah, just it's kind of like the kind of like design feels a bit reclusive, and then photography is obviously like the complete opposite of that.
It's cool. You got 2 jobs that you can balance.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I manage it quite well. So obviously, if I was doing more weddings, I think it becomes more like I'm like away every weekend.
They were really good, dude. Like we looked through the weddings, like 9 weddings in, he's already smashed.
I shared maybe like 3 albums. Obviously, we didn't like look through all the photos, but it was really basically I like reached out because I like always like really respect Dan and his and like I think what he does is like amazing. Like his photography is amazing.
He's the only man on the planet.
And like you,
did he pay you to say that?
Yeah.
Did he pay you?
It's just Tom and my nan now. Those are the 2 people.
He paid you, didn't he? Fucking paid you.
I got the invoice. But yeah, it was like. But I think I've chatted to you a few times about just. I remember like when we went to the Elvis Festival and we were looking back afterwards. Like we went to your caravan. And we were kind of like reviewing all the photos and stuff, and like I just remember you guys always had like really great feedback on stuff that I didn't even like think about, and I just thought like Dan's probably like one of the few people I like trust his opinion on things, and obviously he's like done a lot of weddings,
a lot of weddings,
yeah. So I just thought like Dan's the guys to go to.
Bless you. That's probably more kudos than I deserve. But
it is, but you take it.
That was great.
But listen, man, I'm only like a few years ahead of you. That's the reality of this. Like I've probably shot like 200-300 weddings, but like I've done that in a space of like 4-5 years.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So I'm only a few years ahead of you. So I don't know how
I know, but
good my advice will be. But
yeah, but there was a lot of we did have quite a long conversation, didn't we? I think it was I remember saying to Hannah afterwards, I was like, that was like I didn't expect you to like give that much of your time up, because I was like, oh, we'll chat for like maybe like an hour maybe. But like it was like, obviously like very generous of you to give me that time and stuff, and
I was just waffling on, mate.
Yeah, I know.
It's good to catch up.
But it was great.
It was
good to catch up as well. And like obviously, yeah, we don't like spend a lot of time chatting, do we? We'll meet up we've met up like once a year, maybe.
Yeah,
over the 3 years that I've met
like
you
the
guys.
annual pilgrimage.
I'm going down at Christmas, Tom, so maybe I'll see you.
Okay.
I'm sure I will be in Barry at Christmas.
But yeah, so I was like editing 2 weddings at that time, and like I did like take on a lot of your advice. So I think I was basically like over delivering on
it's
stuff.
Always the thing that you do. I
yeah.
think early, like Roman was ruthless. I said he used to tell me, apologies, too many images.
Yeah,
I can see him smiling just off camera.
Don't deliver this
but like
many balls.
what
are you doing? This is not a fucking body. Hey, I don't need to see 74 photos of your granddad. I've seen him fucking once. That is enough, huh?
Is that accurate?
He's about to leave.
Was that the conversation you used to have? Yeah.
He's about to leave, I think.
But I think the question, and I think this is a really good question that you should ask yourself, right? If you were looking through the photos, the wedding photos yourself as the bride and groom, I say you get bored of looking at the same photo, right? You get bored. There's a time span. There's a limited window where you can look at the photos and go, ooh,
mate, do it right now. Open your phone, go to photos, and just scroll back 1,000 photos. If you're delivering 1,000 photos, just feel how long that takes just to scroll through them without looking.
Yeah.
Now imagine giving that to something. What a burden.
Yeah, that's like, it is a burden. It is though. It is. You're like passing on the responsibilities to them. Say, you know what, I've just, I shot 5,000. I'm going to give you 1,000. These are what I think are the best, but they might not be. And there's a couple of repeats, and I think there's
2 arguments, right? I've heard both. I've heard the argument.
No, but there's only one right thing. There's no argument.
Yeah, but like
you have to be fucking ruthless
listen,
because it's boring otherwise.
I just want to devil's advocate.
Come on, give it to me then.
Like you could deliver 1,000 photos, and if it's something like that, it's a real milestone in your life. Maybe more is more, and you're just like, I can never have enough, right? But I don't know. I'm kind of in the camp that you start to. It dilutes and it gets boring if you're fucking infinitely scrolling. You don't need 38 versions of the confetti.
One, the best one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me 5. But if you're
five,
giving right, let's take a moment like confetti, right? Listen, I treat it like an editorial.
No, confetti. I'll give you that, but I'm on about.
I do treat it a bit like an editorial. So I'll take a wide, a close up. If it's a staged moment, I will try and give verticals,
you can break a wedding
landscapes.
day down. Pretty much every wedding day has a similar structure in a way. There's things like
there's beats,
right, and you just cross them off, and the question is, have you got a good enough photo from what you've taken so far? Have I got a good one of the bride and groom together and place? Have I got one of the bride and one of the groom, mum and dad? Like there's things, right? A list of shit.
I truly think you can do it in 600 or less. That's my point, right? If you've got 1,000, that's way
How many do we
many.
deliver a man? Can you tell me?
Well, generally we deliver 400 to 600 pictures.
Okay.
400 to 600, he said, just in case that doesn't get picked up.
20 to 25
of the best.
That Paul would put together.
Like a highlight at the top.
For the highlights, because that's basically like pretty standard.
But tell the story of the day.
But I was doing.
I might choose 60 to 80.
So the stuff I showed you, I did 70 highlights. I had 1,200 photos.
But imagine it's a book, right? Imagine you're making a book. Or
but it'd be different.
It's a very different. I don't know.
Imagine how you design as well, though, right? Sometimes too much is too much, right? It's like you want to take. I think it's all about subtraction. Like you want to take away until.
So the way I feel about this is I don't want to give them 1,000 to look through and think about, but also my feeling towards this, and it might not be all of my clients, but the online gallery isn't that's not the final product, right? That they're gonna stop looking at an online gallery on a website, right? So the item is a book like this. So really what the gallery is that saying this is your library of photos so that we can print out the stuff that you really like. And it's the stuff they really like that will make it into the printed product, right? The gallery itself, I just don't want it to be exhausting for them to look at. But I really don't see that as the final.
You don't want people to have to schedule in time to look at
how
it.
many? What percentage of your clients are purchasing an album?
Like 80%.
Oh, really? Yeah. I haven't done that. I don't do that.
Are you showing them what the final album looks like?
So we design it together. So in the software that Tom's also using.
Yeah.
There's a client facing
yeah.
layout. So I'll go in there and I'll make a first draft of like the story of the day as I see it, like I'm designing a zine, and it is a coffee table book, so it looks just like this blue one here or something, right? It's like cloth bound, nice, like 30 by 30 centimeters.
Okay.
So I'll go through and I'll lay it out kind of like a photo book, and I will try and stick fairly rigidly to like a photo on there, blank, photo, blank. The problem is that a lot of people, like, they want the pages using a bit more, so there will be certain spreads where I might put 2 or maybe even 3 photos on, but generally it'll be like 1 photo, and I'll smash out like 100 pages on one of those.
Okay.
And that for me, that's the final product, right? The final product is the photo book at the end. But I'm a photographer. That's the way I feel about photos.
But don't you think my like, but maybe this is really cooler, right? And this is an idea I haven't thought about, and now you just mention it to me, right? I feel like the design of a lot of wedding books are a bit dated, and they look a bit, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't checked in a while.
I haven't looked at any.
Mate, I just do a hardcover book, so it's like a photo book.
It's like you'd like a blurb, kind of like your Islanders, or
yeah, it's a lot like that. It's probably not too dissimilar size either.
Okay.
Just imagine that, but linen bound. Like that's
okay.
I think the program we use as well it has like that inbuilt
What's
kind
the
of
program
like
that you use?
Well, I don't know if we should give them a plug, but we both use a fairly standard industry.
We could give them a plug. It doesn't matter.
All right, we're using PicTime.
Okay,
I think there's other there's quite a few on there.
There's a lot of different ones, and as far as I'm aware, they're all basically the same.
Yeah.
Like you could go show it, you could go whatever. I think whatever works for your workflow. Like ultimately, I know people that shoot in like Capture One and stuff, and then there's like different plugins that will upload to different things. Like depends what your CRM is. Just everything. You just need to get something that works.
Are you baking in the cost of an album into your initial fee, or are you that's an additional if they want? And what percentage of people are booking with an album and they're saying, okay, I'll buy your package, you get an album afterwards?
So there's a few different options that I offer for coverage. One of them includes a book, the hardcover book. I'd say probably about 30% of people go with that. I could give you the literal numbers. I've got them on the sheet, but like I think it's about 30% of people do that. And then there's a bunch more people after the fact that will then go and buy the book.
Okay.
And in fact, it's getting to winter. So what I'll start doing, and I'm sure Tom will do the same, is I'll go back through my weddings. I'll design a bunch of books and I'll send them out with like a discount code. Like if you buy this in the next couple of months, like there's a design waiting here for you. You can amend it. Do what?
What you're designing that for free, and then you're.
Yeah, I mean personally,
that's interesting.
The books the bit I enjoy, right?
That's cool. Yeah.
I don't love the post processing. Shooting on the day is great, right? I love taking photos.
Really fun, yeah.
But like the grind for me is the processing the photos.
Yeah.
But looking at once they're in the gallery, looking at them again and just going back through and laying them out in a book doesn't feel like a lot of work to me. So I just do that over the winter, send that out, and maybe, I don't know, like half the people you send them to might buy them, maybe a third if I'm being really. But then like you've basically earned back a day's wages once you push all the books, and then people have got their photos. Like that's really what it's all about. Like it's no good at just being sat on a website somewhere, right?
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I think that's something I would like to do. Obviously, I'm like not that far into wedding photography and stuff, but I think that is
Isn't
kind
that
of
like a wider point on photography on the whole, right? Like with the digitization of images.
But I tell you what, right? So I recently shot a birthday party.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely people that I shot it for. I sent them the gallery. I've not heard anything back. And it's never occurred to me to go, oh, by the way, like, you could make a book. Like, why does that feel different to me? 50th birthday party. So it's still a milestone.
Yeah, well, you could, couldn't you?
I guess until we've just spoken about it, I was just thinking, like, why does it feel different? Maybe because it's like,
because maybe the event
it's like 3 hours.
Exactly, where it's not
3 hours versus like, and there's not
the time involved, right?
Well, I guess also there's not really a story of the day. There's not like I wasn't there while she was getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there when they were setting the venue up, really. I was just kind of there. They blew out some candles and then we left.
Yeah.
Like with most of our images living on hard drives, right? And the demise of Instagram for the photographer as a platform.
Yeah, people still on Instagram. Like, is that still a thing?
I don't know if people use
I
it.
haven't. I haven't posted. I've posted twice this year, which is insane. I remember, like when I first met you guys, I was posting every single day.
You were prolific.
I was
you
like
had diarrhea.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean that's technically true because a lot of it was shit.
Good shit,
but you look
Tom.
back
Good
at,
shit.
Yeah, but you look back at it is like it's almost like it becomes an obsession.
Yeah,
but that's kind of because it's like
it's giving you a dopamine fix every
exactly. Yeah,
right. Every time somebody gives you a like or something, it's hit.
I must be good. This must be good. This must be my best photo.
And it's so fake, right? And when that dawn hits on you, like actually, it's like, okay, what am I going to do now?
The thing that I don't know, I've always felt this way with Instagram, and I think I might have even said this before, like on the record, but it's this, right? So you see people do that, and the difference between that little dopamine hit for you and you feeling nothing is them doing that, and you go,
interesting sidebar.
That's it. That's the difference.
Interesting sidebar. What do we think about Australia banning under 16s not being able to use social media?
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah. I did see that this morning. I don't know. I'm not like.
If you had a daughter,
well, you would know more about it than
I think
me.
It's a great idea.
Do you think?
Yeah.
How old's your daughter?
She's 13.
Okay, so that's like.
But she doesn't have a phone.
Okay.
She's got a Nokia. She started to nag me now, but I still wouldn't give her social media. Nah. It's
the
dark.
second she's got that phone, man, she's on social media. 100%.
You can restrict them though. You can.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you know how they're banning? How they actually ban it? Just like you can't have an account.
Can't have TikTok. Can't have YouTube. Can't have
because you
Twitch.
can just get. But okay.
And they're asking the like Meta and Instagram, all of them to put safeguards on their application. So whether it's passport,
do they
ID,
have to ask, or can they tell them? Like, because it's the government.
They have, and there's fine. Like apparently there's like up to a $25 million fine if you have a recurrent. So I don't know how they're gonna police it. That's the interesting thing.
With like VPNs and all that stuff.
Yeah, but kids will get around it.
Yeah,
won't they?
16-year-olds.
Kids are smart.
But I think there'll be like a very small number of 16-year-olds that are like, I've got it together enough to use a VPN.
You need a credit.
I got a VPN when I went to uni because I was like constantly on hotspots in London, and I think maybe you said about security being on hotspots, and I was like, I needed this VPN thing, but I think that took me forever to turn on and fix. To this day, I don't really know how it works.
No, same.
Paul's looking at me like I've
virtual private network.
See, didn't even know.
Paul is like, you know all about this stuff, and I'm
listen. It's almost creating is it like a tunnel, isn't it, Ryan? Am I right? It's a tunnel.
It's a tunnel to another port.
It's basically saying you're somewhere else. Like you can have a VPN that says you're in
like a
Jamaica or something. If you want to watch American NFL,
and then you get
I can pretend I'm in the USA. It's basically tricking the IP address to say it's somewhere else, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes okay. I think there's a thing on the button where I can be in a different country or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go.
Yeah, you can say I'm in,
America, and
Honduras or whatever the hell you are.
Watch their Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you download the dark porn that you do.
The dark porn.
the dark web.
The darkest.
Cat.
Yeah.
I'll leave it there.
Only big cats.
It's still when I just banged my mic with my glasses.
That's good. That's good. Professional.
This doesn't happen on Zoom.
So you've been
I
shooting
could-
weddings. What about design work, Tom? Anything exciting you've done?
I'm gonna have to think about this. Like, nothing that I can say that I'm like super excited about.
No.
To be honest, like,
Didn't you do some stuff for a coffee brand that I quite liked?
yeah,
wasn't
that,
that-
I didn't do their branding. That was photography. Yeah, so
Okay.
a lot of
The
the
hardline stuff.
the hardline stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
They can get a shout out.
So they're great.
Their coffee is
They're
awesome.
So, yeah, they're great. They're great people to work with as well, and they really like appreciate the kind of creative process and all that stuff. Like they're not like overly demanding, or they just they're great. They're really creative as well. So yeah, so a lot of that stuff was just like I just turned up and we just kind of like got some ideas together on the day. So it wasn't really like I do like I mood board a lot of stuff before I do things. So I have like an idea in the back of my head about what I want to capture, and then sometimes it works. Sometimes
So you've been taking much personal work this year in comparison to
I think this year for personal work has been
dreadful, is it?
terrible. Yeah, one of the worst year so far.
First year on record.
There's still time, Tom. Still time.
Yeah, there's time. Yeah,
There's time, mate. Still
but
time.
I've been taking. I've
It
been,
ebbs and flows though, right? There's just points in life. Like at the minute, he's doing 2 jobs.
Yeah, I think you just got to catch the time, haven't you? And I think it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like I think it's an easy thing to let go in a way. Photography, it's like an easy thing to.
Well, it's a hobby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you're doing it,
Yeah.
if you're out shooting on the streets,
That's the
like
thing.
you're not really being paid to do that. So
For me-
it's hard to prioritize it when you've got.
For me, it started off as a hobby, and then I just became obsessed with it. And I was like, it was like overtaking everything in my life. I was just like, I have to do this. Like I'm so like tunnel vision focused on it. Whereas like everything, I'm sure like talk to like Hannah, she'll be like, yeah, that was you just like went out with like no explanation. And I'm like, because I'm like so focused on like getting down to like Barry Island or whatever, and because the light was good or whatever, and it's just like I don't know, like to other people, like I'd be with my friends like with a little Ricoh or a little camera, and I'd just be like 20 meters behind because I've like seen something.
I know that feeling.
Everyone
Like the
knows.
thing,
Everyone
right?
knows
But it's
that,
an
yeah.
amazing thing, right?
Yeah,
But it's also a curse.
but you look at that
But
from,
that's
from
like
another
that's like,
perspective.
but that's a real. I think we all do that. You go off like 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then there's a natural kind of like a plateau where you kind of level off and you take a bit. It's
Yeah.
almost like a bit of a self inspection where you're looking back over what
I
you've
think
done.
I think that's kind of that's where I'm at the
and
moment.
I think, and then you're like, okay, where do I want to go next? What do I want to do with my work?
Yeah.
How do I want to make my work? And all those questions that maybe you don't ask yourself when you first start taking pictures. Like, I think they begin to surface the more you do it.
Because I think you're trying to like find your voice or
Yeah.
whatever, find your style.
And I
You
think
know?
street photography is such a natural gateway into photography because you just need your camera and you're outside and go and take pictures,
You're
right?
there,
And you this like we were very lucky in that we grew up in a generation where Instagram existed and Flickr and all of these sites where we could look what other people were doing, and we had access of all the photographers that ever made work on the internet at a touch of a button. You used to imagine doing that 30 years ago and having to go to a library, have a look at a book, find you. It's just so much harder, right?
I feel like it would slow down development a lot. Like do you know what I mean? Like seeing, it's really good to be able to see. I remember
That's
Flickr
amazing.
back in the day, and you would be like, oh, that's awesome. And because it's the first time you've ever seen somebody shoot flash in the daylight, really, really wide. And you're like, oh, there's like a bit of a shake to this, and I don't really understand what's happening. You could just look at the EXIF and you're like, oh, that's exactly how they did it.
But I would be like watching YouTube videos of other, like the Paulie B kind of stuff, and then they would like he would film people.
He's awesome.
And
He's
like-
really awesome.
But then I'd be like, oh, that's how you act on the street and stuff, and I would be almost like imitating it.
Yeah, but I think
I'd
that's
like-
what you do as well, right? I think that's true, right? I think Bruce Gilden was like, I was watching Bruce
Yeah.
Gilden back in the day, and I thought, oh my God, is that like, and you kind of think, and it takes a lot of unlearning, right? Of like, okay, I know
Yeah.
I just need to find my own space and how I like to work.
But YouTube was like after, right?
Yeah, much,
Well, yeah, this is way after.
Because I remember when I got the YouTube wasn't a thing.
No.
Maybe it was, but I didn't know.
I think it was in a really like limited. I don't know when.
But it
came out.
weren't there wasn't like people on there showing you how to use
No, but there were places like me and Romani. There was a place like Strobist, so you learn all about light on Strobist. You could learn anything about, it was like DIY flashes and gobos, and that's how like he learned. And then he told me, and then we used to do jobs. I'll give you a really good example. I've talked about it before, but we did this job for Freeview, the TV channel, and it was doing cinemagraphs, which is like a still with a moving part. And we didn't...
Like a GIF, but
basically,
there's like one moving...
I didn't know anything about cinemagraphs, and they said, can you do it? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, we can do that, no problem. Like, I called up man, I said, right, mate, we got this job. And we went on the internet, and we looked.
How to do it.
And we did it, and they loved it. And it was like,
that's amazing.
And I think that was a point where we realised that we were at a point where... Like, you didn't need to know everything.
You just needed to know how to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful thing, right?
Yeah.
A lot of things I've done in the last year or 2 years have been Googling how do you do this? How do you like something? How do you like... Before I've agreed to do it, and I'm like, okay, how do I do it?
But I don't think there should be any fear in that either, like, because that's how you learn, right?
And I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we'll do once every blue moon that you need to just remind yourself of anyway.
Yeah.
That's what the manual's for.
Sometimes I'm like asking, I don't want to mention ChatGPT now, but I'm like...
but 100%, if you're like, where's this in a canon?
But like, I've had
it's
like
so much faster than looking for a PDF.
Yeah, but I've had complete like mind blank when I'm meeting like a client or something. I'm like, give me some questions to ask, because I've like completely like, I can't think of anything at the moment. Do you know what I mean? It's just like sometimes it's good to have.
I think it's really super
like
useful. I think it's an amazing, powerful tool. I think used in the right way, it can be useful. It gives you a lot of shit, and sometimes it's not accurate.
But I think this is the problem. It sounds so confident. Like, this has been my issue with it the whole time.
But I think it's getting better, and it would
but
only
it
get
still
better.
doesn't know. It still doesn't tell you when it's wrong, right? It doesn't know you. It doesn't tell you that it's fully made a guess.
We're fighting against the running of time, but it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Right? The progress of time will only make it more powerful, more accurate, maybe more dangerous. I don't know. There's all this talk of how dangerous it could be. Like, you think like any tool can be used for good and for bad, right?
Well, you think so let's take social media as a close example. So there was a point where social media was free, right? And it was all really cool. Let's forget MySpace and all the stuff before, but let's just start from Facebook, which was the first one where older people were doing it. It wasn't just students, right? And there was a certain point where that grew and grew and grew and grew. And once it became, what's the word? Like ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Suddenly they wanted money, right? And then they pulled money into it, and it changed the whole game. Once money was involved, then it was all corporations and how we can kind of have more money flow to us and more power. Then the politics are involved, and then it gets really horrible. I think ChatGPT, or whatever the hell it's called, is all the same, right? So at the minute, it's on this really cool, new, exciting moment where it's free to use if you only want to use a limited amount of stuff, and it's doing its own thing and it's giving you its own results. But it won't be long before it'll be like, okay, well, I'm now Shell, and I want to try and convince people that like I'm really environmentally conscious now, and then they'll just be able to throw money at it, and that can become the new thing, the new narrative, and then politics will get involved, and then we've outsourced our thinking already to this weird robot that we don't understand. And I think when we do that, it's setting us up for this future fate. I mean, we're heading that way. It's
whenever I'm always like suspicious of anything that's free, like you can go on ChatGPT. Like I've told my dad like how to use ChatGPT now, and he's like blown away. And it's just like, but you can just go on it. But there's always like a cost to stuff that's free. I think it's like privacy.
I think I'm one of those people that can see the good and the bad in it.
Mate, I can see the good in it, but that's why it's so terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you don't just get the good. You don't just get the bad. They bundle that stuff together exactly like they do with social media. It's going to connect people. It's amazing. You'll speak to people across the world, and you can share ideas, and that you can share experiences. It's really, really cool. But also, you can have Nigel Farage push people further to the
self-harm,
right? Self-harm, like eating
dark
disorders,
children, paedophilia,
dark shit. And there's no clawing it apart, right?
No.
It's one thing.
But
You-
there
you
is,
get-
right? There is. I would agree that you would think, and maybe I'm wrong here, but the technology should be able to weed out the dark shit from the good shit.
Yeah, but
right?
So imagine now that you're Mark Zuckerberg, right?
Yeah.
And you've got some giant corporation, you're Amazon.
Not my
knocking
share
on-
price.
Jeff Bezos is knocking at the door.
Hey, Dan.
Like,
Jeff, how you doing, mate?
shave your hair.
Can I be on your podcast?
Okay.
But once you start introducing money like that, it's not a case of
Is it good or is it
these
bad?
things can put the safeguard.
Content
Right.
makes
it's
money, right?
It's the people that have
We're
the
on
money to
We're
work.
all in the hamster wheel.
Right.
We're part of the machine.
Right. This is it. And I think the second it starts making money, like it doesn't matter how locked down you want it. Like, okay, they might stop.
I think there's an antidote to this. I was listening to the BBC Wreath lectures, where they have somebody of interest. They had the guy called Rutger something. I apologies. I'll find his surname for you. But he was talking about the power of small communities and small groups of people connecting and doing their thing, and how by having the power within your small group, you don't really need the wider worries of like rage hate on social media. You can counteract that by almost insulating yourself into it. Not insulating it.
like a, what do they call it? Like a circular economy of ideas.
Yeah, of ideas. Yeah, exactly. And you're helping each other, and you look out for each other, and like, so it's not tribal. It's the opposite of tribal. It's an open network of like-minded people who look after each other, and not in like a holistic way where I'm rubbing your back or something like the monkeys did. More in an actual.
Is it really weird that I thought of the band The Monkees?
I don't remember that bit.
But more in a way of like.
I was like, did they do that?
What videos?
Let's for instance, I'll give you a hypothetical. You need some design done for your new book, and you say to Tom, "Can you do some design for me?" And Tom says, "Yes, I do some design for you." And then Roman says to me, "Oh, Paul, can I borrow your camera?" And I lend him my camera. And it's like those things, but we have a network, right, of friends and groups where you could possibly rely on if things went bad, right?
You're saying a real life group, right?
Yeah.
Rather than a
like,
online community.
online.
Yeah, exactly.
As cool as the online community is, it's not the same.
No, and I think
not the same.
I think we're in real danger of losing the physical face-to-face conversation. Apparently the kids don't even like speak to each other now. Like they look like all looking down at their phones while they're talking to each other.
Yeah, it is turning into a real problem, right? The ability to communicate.
Yeah, and
Yeah, sure.
will future generations not even like will just be have their visors on?
But you can obviously, like, everything is so, it's almost like built in to, so you don't have to leave your home anymore. You can order your shopping to your house. You can order your meal to your house. You
can see a doctor online.
You can order, through Zoom. Like, what, you don't really need to leave the house, right?
Are we post pandemic? Do you think before the pandemic it was different? Like,
Do you know what I think is different now, right? Is now we've got AI, people aren't putting effort into things anymore. Like the amount of things that I've read recently where you just look at it, it's like, this is, it's got no soul. It's got like no soul because it's just
the total opposite to that. I feel it's made me more productive than I've ever been, and it's allowed me.
Right. So your productivity, 100% is super helpful.
Yeah.
It will help.
Stuff you don't want
but
to do.
like, how many emails have you had where you just look at it and you're like, I'm not even talking to a person. I'm about to get my machine to respond to this person's machine. And it's weird.
But that's why I think I think physical connections in the real world.
But I'm saying it will never replace creativity.
Right.
So productivity, like the admin, the grunt work that you don't want to do, absolutely. But I think people are outsourcing their own creativity to this thing, and I think it's a slippery slope.
I think this is a good segue into. I've been making an app, right? So I've been making this. I wanted to have a catalog for all my books. Roman came a couple of weeks ago and we were chatting, and he talked to me about Cursor before. And I started using Gemini to do it initially, and we thought, can I take a photo of a bunch of spines of books and then import that into a library, and can it do it? And so we took a photo on Gemini, and it fucking got them all right pretty much first go. And I was like, wow.
It's reading the spines, right?
Yeah, it's reading.
So it's reading so what's the app?
You take a photo of a spine, a bunch of spines of your bookcase, for instance.
And then it
Use ChatGPT actually.
It was ChatGPT.
And then it catalogues that, as in like you'll get the cover as well.
Yeah, you get the cover, the ISBN number, all the details of the book,
Wow.
and then import that into the library, right?
Yep.
So I kind of did that first on Gemini, and I got to a point, but it kept deleting stuff and losing bits I'd done previously. His memory wasn't great, so
And it was like reading out every word separately. So if you had like the author and the title, those would be two separate books on two separate lines. Or if the publisher was on the side, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought I'm going to go use Cursor. So Cursor is, I don't know if you know what Cursor is.
No.
It's like
It's like a chat GPT, but with coding.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah. Is
Yeah.
that's in ChatGPT, isn't it?
It's using lots of different
It's just another agent, right?
LNMs.
Just another-
It uses
okay.
Opus and a few other ones. But what's amazing, so I thought I'll see if I could do it in that.
Yeah.
And I started, and I must have spent about 3 days, 12-hour days on it.
Wow.
And
It was a long time, right?
And at the end of it, I've used it, and I'll show you later.
Yeah.
And I've got 100 books of it so far, and I've been doing like 10 a day.
Do you mean you're like actually?
So let me tell you. So you can basically either scan a barcode on the back of the book. It opens the camera on your phone and says, "Do you want to scan this?"
Yep.
It'll scan it. If that fails, it says, "Okay, do you want to take a photo of the book cover?" So you can just take a photo of the book individual cover, and you can just add it that way.
But the first thing is batch.
Yeah, or you can do a batch, exactly. The batch, the book of the...
So it starts with like, this is the fastest way to do it. And then any failures, it will then redirect you to the next
barcode.
fastest way.
Yeah.
So what is the overall purpose of, just so you can see what
So
books
have you ever been like, I'm going to use vinyls as an example, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I do this all the time, or like CDs if you're still collecting them, where you're in a shop and you look at it and you're like, oh, this is cool, but am I thinking this is cool because I own it already or not?
Right.
But you don't know what you have at home.
Okay, yeah.
So
if you've
Paul's
got
got a ridiculous collection of photo
I haven't
books.
looked at it.
It's literally
So I need to see it.
like that whole wall.
Yeah.
So you could easily be in a situation where you're...
I have bought the same book sometimes, yes.
Because you've forgotten you bought it.
That's
So this means that you can put all of them in like an app,
Yeah.
and
Then you
then
can check it.
right. So if you find yourself in one of these bookshops,
Yeah.
you can open your app and go, "Oh, I have this already."
That's great.
And then what I've been doing is I've been scouring the internet for some of the books have like flick throughs of the pages. So there's a video so you can see the flick through of the pages.
Yeah.
And it's got quotes about the book from the artist. It's
Nice.
got it's got a little biography. It's got social links. I've got a feature where I haven't implemented it yet, but so I'm taking a photo of where the books are on my bookcase now, and it's going to show me where. And when I want to go find it again, it's going to show me where it is because they're not organised.
That's cool.
So yeah, I've been building it
that's
slowly
brilliant.
over time, and it's just they call it vibe coding, basically. So I've been vibe coding, but it's so powerful because
Yeah.
See, I think that's a really amazing use for AI, right?
Right.
Because you've had an idea
That's great,
and now
yeah.
you can execute the
That's
idea,
great.
and it's the technical stuff
yeah,
that would take you weeks and weeks and weeks that
Yeah.
it's lifting off you.
Yeah.
The dangerous bit, I think, would be if Paul was to have not had the idea and be like, what's a good idea for an app? Because it would tell you, it will give you an answer. If you do it right now, if you open up your phone and go on any AI and just be like, I'm going to make a new app, what should I make it for? Like, it will have an idea and it will be absolutely rubbish.
But you came up with that idea.
because I wanted because I was using Obsidian again to start taking my notes, and I wanted to use the markdown anyway. Cut a long story short, and I thought, okay, well, actually, it would be really
It was a manual process, right?
yeah, and I think the cool thing is just the ability to be able to do it, right? To be able to have that idea, and turn it into a workable thing. And I'm using it, like it works.
Yeah,
But
that's
also,
amazing.
like, it's quick enough that we've had conversations where, like, it'd be really cool if you could hook it up to your inbox and it just sees, okay, I've just bought something from Photobook Junkies, add that to my library.
And it does.
Yeah.
And it does. And like,
I've
you
done
might not
that.
be able to do that right away, but at least you know, okay, well, there's a few steps involved in this and I can put this on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really
One
cool.
of my uncle is a avid vinyl collector, and he's got like he at one point he had like half a house of vinyl.
Oh my god!
I'm not joking. He had like, it was crazy. And so
you're going to do that, right? You're going to make it work for like vinyls and
And I think that like for him that'd be amazing because he's just got boxes of vinyls where you're like, I don't even know where the vinyl is. I don't know what box it. Obviously, like, you know, there's a bit of like you could you catalog that. Like
you just label the box.
You can label. Box. I think maybe.
But you can turn into an archivist so fast. If you're like, I need to be able to find this, and then suddenly you're alphabetizing and you're.
But I think it's really for me. What the idea I think is that, like, sometimes when we're talking on the podcast, for instance, or I want to talk about a book, I don't have to go and search for all the links for that particular book, for what they've quoted, for any video that's on them. It's actually doing all of that, builds you one page. Design, needs some work on design.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not that, but I think that's the end when I've finished everything and it works properly.
Speaking of books, where are you, Wandle Trail?
I am up to 2025. I've literally got 2,163 photos.
So remind me, how long have you been shooting Wandle Trail? Like 2019?
Just before the pandemic. So when literally November before the pandemic.
All right. So 2019.
Yeah.
November 2019. Right?
Yeah.
So what's that, like 5 years?
Yeah.
So you've got 5 years worth of stuff and you've got 1 year left to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean you've got one year left to go? Is that
just to go through edit and select?
To get your initial edit.
Yeah.
You've set yourself a deadline.
I said Christmas, but I think it's probably...
You're not getting that done by Christmas, man.
No, I think January.
No way.
Yeah, January.
I think
you've got 2,000 photos and you're trying to
sorry, you're saying to get the next, like the sequence done.
Oh, no, to get it down to from 2,000. No, from getting down from 2,000 to about 50.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll have that done by then.
Yeah.
Is there a part of you that feels like it's not finished? I can just keep taking photos and it will be better.
I think there always is.
I think until you do that first edit, you don't know, right?
But when you look and sometimes you're like, oh my God, I'm really just, why have I taken, like, I spent like a
But you
a
may
lot.
look through it and you might go, oh, like I want a bunch of stuff with the businesses.
I was really disappointed as I was putting photos in, and then I looked back and it was like, oh, okay, actually, all right, this is all right. This is all right. There's some and I think
what's in the shortlist so far?
What's in the shortlist?
Like how many thousands of photos?
There's 2,100 photos in the shortlist.
In the shortlist, what's in the long list?
So there was about
so many photos.
Oh my God.
over the course of 5 years. I think I shot about 250,000 photos.
Okay, so you're a quarter of a million photos.
Yeah,
in 5 years.
Yeah, it is about 50.
There's a book there. Yeah, I think it's pretty
there's
safe to say.
Right.
There's a book there, and you got 2,000 in the shortlist.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of repeats in there, and because
all right, so you're like, I don't know if I want this one or this one.
Yeah. There's a few exactly.
But would it be like, obviously? So the premise of the book, you're following the trail. You're walking the trail, taking photos.
Yeah.
How many of you must have like one photo for like each place you're in or something. You know, like if you see.
Yeah, I've covered it.
It's got 250,000 photos. I reckon you could stitch it together like a big flipbook and you see the whole trail.
I took, exactly.
But there's some places where I spent more time, which is interesting. And I've got like there's one particular there was like a Roman sculpture that was plastic and it was at the back of a factory.
Oh, yeah, it's wrapped up.
Yeah, and it's wrapped up and. Over the course of the 5 years, it's had a Christmas hat on it, it's had loads of different...
Yeah.
And I photographed that at the same spot for 5 years.
I mean, that's
and now it's gone. It's gone now. No. And it's just an empty space. So that's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
And that's yours. No one can ever take that photo again.
Exactly. No one will ever be able to take that photo ever again. It doesn't exist. And I think that's the beautiful thing about photography.
So with stuff like that, are you just going to show... first one, last one? Are you going to show like 9 on a page? Like, how do you
maybe a grid of them, like on a page, maybe a grid of 12.
I do quite like it because it shows you're putting the steps in. Because the thing is like, let's say you look through your book and there's, I don't know, 120 photos in that book.
Yeah.
You don't know how long those 120 photos took to like you can see the effort. Do you know what I'm saying? If you've got 9 versions of this statue.
And I like that passing of time, right? As well, it does show that. Yeah. It's a really good way to show passing of time.
Yeah.
I've seen that with my photos now of like Barry and things have changed and I'm like, that's not there anymore. And now it's been painted over and it looks like this, really boring.
It's cool though, right?
And the signage has changed. Like it's like loads of it in the last year has been like modernized. Or
That's
like,
it.
Isn't it amazing the amount of
Yes.
photos that you take that you're like, this is rubbish, until things look different. You look back at it 5 years later, you're like, oh, actually, like that's pretty cool.
Well, I entered a competition. I told you this for the print space.
Okay.
And I did it on a whim, right? I saw it come up and I thought, oh,
What's the theme for the comp?
it's called Common Ground.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, I know what, I got some good photos. I got some, so the Whilst We Were Young, the stuff I shot in nightclub, Ministry of Sound.
Oh,
like,
yeah, the black and white stuff.
20 years ago. I put one photo of like a load of hands coming up through mist in the crowd. Literally like clubbers doing
So
this.
wait, how many photos have been entered?
Two photos I entered. You
Okay.
And then one of this guy on the dance floor, and there's loads of people going crazy around him. But he's like, you can tell he's deep in thought, looking out of like, it's like there's a world going on around him.
Yeah.
And they chose both. They said, congratulations,
No way.
Paul. So
Oh my
they're
God.
going to frame them, put them up in my first ever exhibition where you don't have to pay for it.
That's amazing.
So
How many people are in the exhibition?
I don't know. I think there's a few. I think there's, but they said to me, "Can I send the files?" And I said, "Okay." So I think that's the thing. I'm gonna
Where's
enter
the
more
exhibition?
Do you enter any competitions? When?
When and where?
When it's going to be in Shoreditch. They have a gallery in Shoreditch. I've got the details in my email. I'll find out the details. But there you go, boys.
That's great. That's
You
amazing.
don't enter, do you? You don't win.
No.
But what's that? So they don't care that the photos were 25, 20 years old.
No.
You didn't tell them that.
No. I just said I've been shooting a project shooting London Nightlife from 2009 to 2016 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I actually have that is percolating, really lovely, that stuff.
I remember looking through that with you. There is some really good stuff.
The beautiful thing about that is I think the longer I leave it, like
The better it gets.
yeah, and I think that's the
probably.
thing, right? That I think sometimes now,
Is there a temptation to do that with Wandle Trail?
yeah, maybe, but I think maybe, and maybe just keep make it a lifetime project, like. Don't, and then maybe.
I mean, yeah. 'cause
my wife's nagging me to make the book, though, and she said she'll pay for it. She go, I'll pay for it. Can just make the fucking book.
Yeah.
But you're already saying that there's like this other one, the night. What was it called? The nightclub.
Whilst We Were Young.
Whilst we were sorry, man. So you got the Whilst We Were Young project. Like maybe that could be the book. If you're still, I don't know. I should never have said this. I feel like I've just.
I think it would be good. I think it'd be good for you to try to do the Wandle Trail book and then see how you feel when it's in
the sequence done in.
Because I think you'll know if it's.
Yeah.
You'll know.
You'll know, right? You'll know. Yeah. I think I am going to the point where I can't take any more pictures of it though, because do you know when you feel like you're there and it becomes a bit of a.
But you've been through this once already, right? Where you were like, I think I'm repeating myself, and then you pushed through and found new stuff. And I think this second time, it probably is.
Yeah, I think it's now. I think I've got it through all the seasons, through winter, summer, spring, and autumn. I've got like.
You need to do a tight edit.
Yeah.
Like a tight edit, not your short list. You need to get this down to like 200 photos, not 2,000 photos.
Yeah, I know.
And then see where you are with that, because it might be that you look through it and you go, okay, I'm totally missing wide landscape stuff, and then you're back out in the field. I think you need to see it.
Yeah.
You need to get it all 6x4s or something.
Yeah, I know. I need to get it to that point where I can just print it all out and then stick it on the floor.
Yeah, and then just work out if you have everything. I think I definitely learned that at uni. Like a lot of that kind of. You need to see it. Should
we talk about uni?
We can talk about uni.
I feel like
we might be repeating ourselves a little bit because we've got. We can chat about this as well, actually. So we've got like 5 or 6 maybe on the hard drive audio things, and we were gonna release those podcasts as like a season.
Yep.
So we're going to get like 6 or 8 together and just release them as a season.
Yeah.
And this was going to be part of that. But what we're thinking now is maybe we release this one. We talk about that and we say, listen, there's going to be a handful of audio ones that come out. They've been recorded since Christmas last year.
Yeah.
That first one was
crazy,
like a year old, with my good friend Matt Lawrence. So we're just trying to work out whether we want to split these up and maybe make this the new thing. But we've had Barry Lewis, Barry Lewis?
Yeah.
Living legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Absolute
Lovely man, Barry Lewis.
We've potentially got one with Cecile.
Cecile in the bag, yes, audio, but she wants to do some slight tweaks. But,
So maybe we'll get back together and do this.
Yeah.
We've got Tess Morris, who is the director
It's like a
and writer on. She's did Only Murders in the Building.
Oh yeah.
And she's done Man Up, which was
Who
Simon
you like
Pegg.
Met on Holiday, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
something.
yeah, exactly. She's lovely, and she lives just down the road now because she's back from New York.
That's amazing.
So she said she's going to come over. So,
Oh, that's so cool.
so we got a few, right? So
yeah.
we got a few that we could do video.
Yeah.
So the big question now is like, do we just release the
audios.
audios by themselves, put this one up as soon as it's ready,
Yeah.
and then they'll follow probably just after Christmas if we want to, or do we just keep going with audio stuff and then I don't know. I feel like this needs to be a new chapter, right? Starting with
but you can
film stuff.
You can do some that are audio only and put them on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah,
can't you,
yeah,
as
I
well?
guess
Like, you don't have
just
to-
for like a placeholder thing.
yeah.
Feels
I
like a
don't-
cop out though, right?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No?
I don't think you need to be that consistent. Oh, obviously, in an ideal world, you would be that consistent with it, but I don't know, man. Like, people listen to stuff in different ways.
I think
don't
from
they?
now on we record video. I think this goes at the end of the season. Like we release them week by week with audio, and we say on the first one we can put something at the front of it. We can put like a track saying, "Hey guys, this is where we've been doing video in the last couple of weeks," and or maybe we just do it, just to let it appear.
Yeah, let's just get them all out.
Just let it appear. Like, does it matter?
Yeah, we'll just
No, I don't
get
think it
'em out.
matters. Should we look at some photo books?
Shall we?
Yeah, that's
Shall we?
good segue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my legs are dead.
Do we have to put the camera on?
Yeah, I can turn it on.
Hopefully, I won't burn myself with a candle.
That would be good for the video.
How do you feel it's going, Roman?
Yeah.
This is your performance.
I feel like we've covered. I'm trying to think of what something we haven't spoke about. Do we? If there's anything we need to speak about?
Babies.
No babies. Cut that out. No, that's it. Well, we should introduce it, should we?
Well, okay, God.
So, Dan,
So this is a project that I've been working on, still ongoing. The only reason it exists as a print is because it was my final major project at uni. So it was just literally what went up in the exhibition. But I'm still working on it. There's already more work to go in it. This is just a cut as of April
Yeah.
25.
Why is it called The Islanders?
Oh, because I've got no imagination. No, there's a book. So the project itself is about a community that live on an island. The island's the Isle of Sheppey. It's where my granddad had a caravan there, so I was there a lot as a kid. My mum lives there now. It's like 34 miles, like squared. There's about 40,000 people that live on it, and it's quite working class. And it's got a certain view in the media, right? The media look at it as this like horrible place, and they think it's all like full of right-wing nationalists. And the reality is it's kind of not. That it's like everywhere else in the country. There's like a really diverse population there, and it's really cool. It's the closest coast to London. It's off the. Did I say it was off the North Kent coast? No, so it's just north of Kent. Kind of sits at the end of the Thames estuary. And I've spent obviously a lot of time there anyway. So I just started shooting it.
Yeah.
I think Paul's been out with me. He's probably got better photos than I have, to be honest, of the area.
It's not true.
But there's one way on and off the island, and it's this bridge.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It
technically.
reminds me of the bridge to Port Albert.
Yes, very
Yeah.
similar. It's got that feel. And
got-
you know,
yeah,
interestingly,
quite
Dan will
imposing.
tell you, I've said a lot of times when I've been there, it reminds me of Wales. Like,
Yeah.
it's got that feel.
It does feel
Like,
like.
just this is like very reminiscent of like.
And you have a look through these pictures, you'll get like
I'll let you go through, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm upside down, so it's not going to make any sense for me. I'm not going to make you sit and read the intro because it's basically what I've just said. So that's this. That is this.
Should we move the dust jacket so it doesn't?
Yeah, take it out, man. So this is that same bridge that we just saw on the front cover.
Yep. I mean that is almost identical to Port Albert, isn't it?
Yeah, it's such a feel, isn't it? Similar.
Yeah.
Very like imposing kind of like structure. And that kind of like separates two places, does it?
Yeah, so we are now on the Sheppey side. So Sheppey will be on our left, and then this is the mainland.
Yeah.
So basically, there's not a lot in terms of employment on the island. So everybody has to go work in.
A couple of prisons, aren't there?
There's like 3 or 4 prisons on this tiny island.
Small island, yeah.
It reminds me, well, specifically Port Albert, just because I mean the landscape, the bridge, the industrial like work is like almost identical. But yeah, it's like a very quite imposing.
It's kind of like that there, though.
Yeah,
like
right.
Wales being like a rural, like working class thing for a lot of it, particularly around that kind of area.
Yeah,
That's kind of what it feels like here. The people are kind of like that too.
Yeah.
There's like a bit of an intro. So that's the map of the place, right?
Yeah,
So
I like
that's the bridge. That's kind of, I was like there taking that photo, so you can kind of see where that is. But that's it. Like, I should have done a much wider version. Maybe when I do another book, I might do a much wider version so you can see how small this place is.
Yeah.
Because it looks huge there, but you can kind of tell by the size of the roads it's pretty small.
Yeah.
And most of it's not inhabited, right?
Lots of marshland as well.
Lots of marshland. Like all of this is like.
It's very rugged, you know. It's got that sort of Devony Welsh coast rugged,
like windswept.
Yeah.
So the book itself, I'll let you go through this, Tom. But the book itself is kind of a mix of portraits and like details.
Yeah.
But I'm still not sure I found my way through it just yet. It's No. There's nothing. Like you can just kind of have a little look through. But yeah,
so like the people you've taken photos of, did you like just turn up, or did you pass them on the day, or like beforehand?
A lot of it.
Walking around
a lot of it is just walking around and like walking into places, and like meeting people. And kind of, it's really organic. There's not a lot of planning, like everything else.
You did go back and meet that lady, didn't you? Like that, you.
I've met her a few times. Yeah.
Jenny, you've gone back and met the people, and you diminish it. You have spent time. You've done a lot of research on the rugby clubs, and I remember we sat and made a huge list at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so
you're right. Yeah, maybe this is a little bit more planned than
I think there's a mix, right? There's a mix of where you're walking around and meeting people, and there's also a mix of you actually doing a little bit of research and finding the groups and the communities that exist, right?
But it's quite easy to meet people in the community. There's only like 4 towns on the island.
And I always think like what is a good documentary photography book made up of, right? And it usually consists of a few core parts. So usually, right, there's some usually beautiful landscape photography, but there's usually strong I love this shot a lot because I love that it's almost the tones and the color and the warmth of it and how they almost interact against this, or it sort of contrasts against this sheerness gulf.
Oh, so I love that. I love the message there. Those now closing out due to problems.
Do you know what's weird about this? I've been doing this long enough now, and I've spoken to enough people about it that I met some whose photo is also later in this book, who knows the guy that runs this. That phone number is the phone number of the guy that runs this, and he had a heart attack. That's what this was. I don't know if he's back open again or what.
But even that is like that. I mean, that sign's not going to be up forever, is it? I mean.
It's temporary, right? This is all temporary, right?
So
hopefully he's well now, and he's.
Oh yeah, hopefully. That's amazing.
I never know how I feel about stuff like this, right? Because
I think
it's a really generic photo. You got like some seagull
but I think
whatever.
this is a maturity, though. I think I would imagine when I first met you, you would never have even consider that as an image or a possibility of an image.
But can I just say this, and then this. And this all feel like they're connected. They
do, don't they? They do. They.
He's got the problem. Let's close choose the problem. That looks like the kind of patch.
Yeah.
And then, that And that could be him. Or he was younger.
But
They're very
there is
different
a
people.
maturity. There is a maturity in terms of, and I don't mean this in like an academic way and a sort of a my own arse kind of way, but like it takes a certain amount of confidence to be able to put an image of that type into a book, right? If you've got to think about it, and you're asking somebody to use their imagination a little bit, you're right, and take a leap, right? And I love it.
I think on its own, that's a really boring photo.
Yeah,
right. It doesn't say anything, but I think in the context of
it's
the
never
wider,
on its own now, is it? It exists here in
these-
between this place, right?
Yeah.
It's not a single thing, and
But put together, like, it does make sense. Like, obviously that and that would make sense.
I get feel that
Actually, that-
you get the coastal feel, right? Like you
Yeah.
feel that you're on an island, right? You're there's he almost
would
looks
say
he
the
almost
same.
looks like a pirate, the next guy, doesn't he? Like
Yeah.
from like you could
Exactly,
almost you could almost like on a ship, right? It's almost that like there's lots of things, and this is the beautiful thing, isn't it? That once you put it out into the world, that the thoughts and the opinions of people, like they go wildly from.
Oh yeah.
From
Because
what
at the time I was just taking a shit picture of a shell. Yeah, I mean that's the reality of it. It's not until afterwards when you look back through and it suddenly has a little bit more meaning and it works in the sequence. But it was just languishing on a hard drive. Like I'd shot it while I was shooting this project, but it's one of those ones. It was just kind of a throwaway photo.
There's part of me that is like, if these were all like portraits,
it would get boring, right?
full length portraits, I would be like, okay, there's just different pictures of people in the same like kind of composition.
And
but
as
like,
I mean, we're obviously like in the first whatever, like 10, 15 photos of the book, and but there's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a few landscapes, but it's predominantly portraiture.
Yeah, but like this stuff is like equally as important if you're trying to tell the whole
Right, but
story
because
about-
it kind of tells you like these are all individual flats, right? So that's so each one of these is two
Well,
properties,
yeah,
and I think it just tells you something about
yeah.
the type of place this is, right?
But it's also there's a love there, isn't it? Like there's like the way that you shoot it and the light that you choose to shoot it in, and
There's something quite
you're not I think you can easily take that shot and it can be quite harsh and brutalist almost in a way, but you're not doing that to it. I think all the way through this book there's a gentleness and a
you're
tenderness.
definitely not like see it like speaking down to people, you know.
No.
You're like very much like on their level, you know.
You can tell, can't you? Right, there's a real.
And this is a really nice photo of, you know, kind of like feels quite hopeful rather than, you know, even though he's got all that stuff in the back.
That's kind of what I wanted, right? Because I see a lot of photos of working class people. Like I'm working class background, and I feel like a lot of the stuff you see is kind of people call it gritty and rough, and there's a beauty to the working class people, and I think we don't really see that enough. So this work is like my love letter to my roots. It's me trying to show the gentler side of this like culture that I grew up in. Yeah, so a lot of it is just sort of, you know, like I met these guys one time. I sent them the photo after. But like, there's no candid stuff in it. I don't think I've got a single photo in here that was taken without somebody knowing that I'm there.
I like that though.
Yeah, I don't think there is actually. Is
No,
there?
I don't think there is.
I like that you have a connection to it, because that means to me that's like you have a connection to it. So it's almost like just driving there, wandering around, taking photos. It almost feels a bit like why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then go back home. You know, it's a bit like It almost says you want you want there to be a connection to.
But I think also that connection. I think to do a long-term project on a place, you've got to there's got to be a bit of love there, right? You've got to care about the place to even attempt it. I think, because it'll easily become quite boring if you don't.
Yeah, I like that you've got a lot a lot of interior stuff as well.
Yeah, one of my tutors at university, Roy Mehta, is incredible photographer, was really pushing me to get inside more, because it's the thing that is, I don't know, it shows you up as being an outsider, right?
is so difficult. I find that tricky. It's like in
But I actually think that it feels that way, but it's actually, it's just breaking it down into tiny chunks. Like I spoke to, how do you access these? Like this place, for instance. This is a good story, isn't it? This one.
Yeah.
Because
You went in here before I did it.
yeah, I
think you were in there like
guys
2
were
months
together,
before.
were you?
Yeah, we were together. We were in Sheppey, and this is something that happens, and I think this is a beautiful thing. Like this is like they make molds basically of statues and stuff, and like when maybe if I was on my own and I was walking around this place, there was no way I would have gone into that factory, right? But because we were together, I think there's almost like an extra motivation. Okay,
I think so. Yeah, you like challenging.
it's like little bit of a kick, right? And I think that's not.
Well, I think like if the story of that photo. So Paul's got some, I guess, similar photos with the same guys. The first time Paul went in there, I went in this place.
Yeah,
these are like down the road from each other. So this is a museum. This is Jenny, her and her family run a museum about the island.
Yeah.
So I'd popped in here. I was told by the MP of the area to go visit Jenny. So I didn't arrange. I just turned up because that's the kind of terrible organisation I have. But while I was in here, Paul was in this place and then said, "Oh, you should go and speak to," what was the guy's name? Andre, yeah. Andre, the guy with the eye patch.
Yeah.
I didn't do it that day, but I went back like a week or two later and I kind of went in and met Andre. And then like, I think I went back a second time and met this guy. His name was like Leon or something. I'm really sorry if you're seeing this and that's not your name.
That's one dislike on the ring.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, if there's one dislike, oh no, it's Leon. But like, it's I think you just do it. It's repetition, isn't it? Like you just got to keep going back.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's repeating it over and over, and then whittling it down.
It's the last one.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's really nice. It's brilliant, mate. Like, you should be really proud of it.
I am proud of it, but it's not done yet. I'm still shooting. I think we need to roll back round, don't we? I'm still shooting it. It's an ongoing project. This is just the cut of it for my final major project, but I don't think I'm done with it. I've got a very similar project on the area where I literally live. That I could probably, again, I'm still shooting it, but that I don't know. Maybe it's all going to be one thing. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I need to know yet, though.
Yeah, I know. Time will reveal. Okay, let's go and have a look at another one. Let's just get one more each.
Go to the valley, should we?
We'll do Tom's the Valleys.
Check us that dust jacket.
Yeah.
Just check it out.
I haven't actually looked at it myself.
Okay, so this is going to be the first time. Is this yours or is this?
This is mine. I bought. He did like a. It is recording.
Yeah.
So it's a photographer based in well, I'm not sure if he lives in Cardiff actually, but South Wales, called John Putney.
Putney.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his name. Putney.
Putney. And he's like really prolific photographer. He's been around for a while. I've like been an admirer of his works. Like a lot of it is like documentary, mainly documentary, and I think there's kind of like not many photographers in South Wales whose work I really like admire, or like their dedication especially, but he's definitely one of them. So this is about collaboration. He did it with a really talented designer called Sean Rees, who's like, again, my idol in terms of like design work, I would say, and like it's incredibly like well designed. Like the kind of the cover.
It looks really.
Yeah, I was thinking it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
The amount of work that's going into it.
I love this copper.
But even that, it just shows like some kind of like.
What is that called, Tom? What's the technical term?
Copper, it's like gold foil, isn't it?
Gold foil, yeah, it's like a foil in,
yeah, that kind of thing. But I think even that tells you like they're really proud of like where they're from and stuff. Like that kind of thing is like naming all the places that are in
the book.
and having like a
Little flap.
but
It's good.
reference.
Oh, but
Kind of like starts off quite well.
nice wide opening scene.
Yeah.
And then let's get into the
So
detail.
this is like over a period of like 20 years, I think. A lot of these places.
It looks really consistent for 20 years worth of work. It can't be easy to get it all to
I like the
feel
little
tight
inlays.
together.
I love it. Yeah, I love the inlay. And then there's a bit of like little poems as well.
Is that quite expensive to do? You know more this about me. Not.
Yeah,
It is.
He did a Kickstarter or crowdfunder.
Okay.
And I think he raised like 10 grand.
Wow.
So obviously the book,
I like it a lot. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, cool.
there's like loads of like nice little detail. And, I don't know, I quite like having something in a photo book to read as well. Sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. I think you're
Sometimes
right.
it can like actually,
Elevate it, can't it?
yeah, exactly, and add some not context, but
Yeah, it doesn't have to compete with it. Almost sit alongside it, right?
yeah. And there's
I
just
like
some-
that. It's a lovely photo. That.
Yeah, that's you do something like that when you bought.
I definitely would. I can see myself doing that.
Yeah, it's like a lot of detail.
It's really packed as well.
Yeah. This one's full of nuts. I mean, I've been to the valleys and I've tried to take photos, and I struggle.
I went last time. I went, Tom. I had a bit of luck actually. I even put my drone up. It was
Love
great.
this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
There's a place I went. I've got to take you there. It was unbelievable actually.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like somewhere on the way to the Bulch, like
Yeah.
90 mile,
Mm.
and the sun was coming. It was going down, and it just lit this whole street with like a gold light. It was like incredible.
You definitely get that like around there. You really have to take some moment.
See, I like the detail. I like that as a shot as well. See, I would, I see a bit of you in that, Tom. There.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I think some of this looks not too dissimilar to like Jen stuff. In terms of like how.
But there's a language, isn't there? There's a language that's used in documentary photography, right? We must be all aware of it. I'm not alone in there's yes, there are different images that we all take, but there is the core concept of landscape, portrait, detail.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course. Yeah.
that combine to tell a bigger picture.
Yeah. That's like the one difference, I think, between
Street
dog
photography
and street, right?
Yeah. But that'll be really interesting because the next book that I'm going to show you is purely street. So, and people rave about this dude. Like,
Oh, this is in my basket. This
yeah,
book's in my basket. I haven't bought it yet.
it's one of those.
Love munchies.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
That's awesome. Is that the opening times for munchies? Just so we know.
I hope so, because I want to go there. I've actually because obviously the valleys is so far away, but it's somewhere like my mum's from the valleys, so I really she's from somewhere like that looks. Very
Yeah, that's what
similar to this.
my mum too.
It's almost like Inception, the way the mountain just.
Yeah. I mean,
It's almost
you
where you
don't
come
see
from,
the
right?
sky,
it's
right?
so imposing. Like when you go to like the Blind Ronda where my mum's from, like it's literally like that.
You look down the street and there's no sky. It's just,
and it's just constant like dead ends.
Yeah, dead ends. You're right. There's
Like
dead.
so many
cul-de-sacs,
dead ends.
lots
so
of
many cul-de-sacs, but they all look like that.
Yeah.
As well. And yeah, so like
I love the one guy on the one family here that's I'm gonna have a blue house.
When I went back last time, I was there and I was taking photos, and this dude comes up to me. He's like, "That." I was like, "Oh yeah, what are you doing, man?" Taking some photos. Why are you taking photos? There's nothing to take photos of.
Yeah.
And we just love just straight. That's lovely as well, isn't it?
That's really lovely.
Yeah. Those are beautiful. The valleys are beautiful. Obviously, it's kind of like some of it feels like it could have been like 20 years.
Yeah, this is definitely tidy. Tidy is great.
Tidied up.
Yeah, I like the way they've used the language of Wales within. It's quite a nice way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, in that the inserts.
Something quite Martin Parr.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah.
This kid's amazing.
Interesting to include 2 photos.
Of the same person, yeah. Yeah, I think it can. I think.
Well, I don't know if that's the same card, but
Yeah, I think it might be Tom.
one of those things that I bet he has so many photos, like you
Yeah,
and
yeah.
your trail.
You can tell just by looking at this. This is another 250,000 cat.
Yeah, he spent a long time on it, right?
But like
Yeah.
this is kind of like seems like its own project. But there's like something back here again where it's like garages and stuff.
Yeah, it ties you back into the beginning, right?
Yeah,
You've
I
got the
guess
nice
it-
blue
yeah.
sky at the end and at the beginning.
And there's like, where is it? But anyway, there's like something that looks very similar to that.
It feels nicely sequenced because
Yeah,
I feel we could have easily got lost in lots of photos of houses, lots of photos of people. Like
There's a rhythm to it.
there's a
isn't
rhythm.
there?
Yeah.
some of it feels like he's taken like yesterday. Well, that could be like 20 years ago.
It's a bit Lost Highway, that one. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Very
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I guess that's the
What
last.
does it say? Before me, behind me, those who have run. Before me, those who have. Very nice,
I
John.
think it came with a poster, which
I really, really, really like that.
yeah,
No
it's
lie.
great. Yeah,
Okay, final book.
It's nice that.
Then we can call it Christmas.
This is Daniel Arnold, right?
Yeah, Daniel Arnold. Daniel
Oh,
Arnold.
what? Oh,
We should
he's my favorite.
we should go that
Go on.
way. So that
I haven't looked at it, but apparently he is the man that everybody. His books sell out almost instantly.
He's probably one of my favorite.
You really like him, do you? Okay, so let's see if he can.
New York. I'm getting New
New
York
York.
vibes.
New York. It's New York.
I'm going to New York next year.
Are you? Nice, Tom.
This is what I'm going to be doing.
I might just get you. That's it. Nice.
Interesting place to start.
Out on loose joints. Straight away with reflection.
One of my questions I want you to have in your back of the mind while you're looking through this book is:
This is awesome.
can it do the same thing as is it doing something different to you as a book of documentary photography, like Dan's book or the?
Yeah, this is actually good. That's a big difference.
So when I say he's like one of my favorites, I don't even know if it's specifically because of his work. I think it's like his attitude and his like.
I don't know anything
way-
about this guy.
Yeah, but he's so.
He's prolific,
And there's
isn't
so
he?
many videos of
Yeah, I
him.
mean, I've seen a lot of him as well.
You kind of have to watch it, but he's like
Okay.
he's rappers on the street and stuff.
He's
He
like
doesn't.
Tom at a wedding.
But like,
But Tom on the street, like
Yeah,
I've seen Tom
on the
shoot.
street. Yeah, me too.
So I've seen.
honestly, I think
Yeah, I've seen
would
you
look
take
Tom-
like 600
you'd make Tom
photos
look
in 30
timid, wouldn't you,
seconds.
Tom? You
this is. I'm very. This is like. I have a similar kind of like. way of
This guy
shooting.
does the same thing. He just hits record and walks around, pretty much.
would non-stop, just like
Yeah, I think so.
High frame count.
yeah.
But he
perfect.
shoots most of it on film.
Yeah, on film, a lot on film.
I think. It
Okay.
shoots almost all of it. on
Okay,
film.
everything. I think yeah.
I think all of this is film.
it's not expensive enough to live in New York. Now he's got to like,
Honestly,
he's got to shoot
yeah,
film
exactly, like,
exclusively,
it's insane. But
like, real quick.
But I just love his attitude. I think part of it is like he's got this like mantra which is like don't try and take a good photo.
Okay,
And which I think is really interesting because in a way that's kind of especially like street photography, you're kind of thinking, how can I frame this?
But
Like you expect-
yeah, but the trick is not to make it about your ego, right? About
Yeah.
you and
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it a gimmick. Or
but
a
that's
trick.
hard though.
Right, you've got to go away from the tricks and the gimmicks.
Yeah, but that's hard.
But
That's
then it
hard.
becomes personal work and it becomes more about you, right?
I get it. But my favorite work to look at is the really overly considered. Like,
Hmm.
I like it when people do the ego thing. Like, that's the work
and
I really love.
maybe I'm wrong. And
But this is really, really cool.
But the question still really raises my mind, right? Is that these a bunch of single images, right?
Yeah.
Right? Do they sit like a bunch of documentary, like John's photos just did, for instance? I'm asked that. Like this is just I don't know the answer to this.
I don't know.
question.
He's in a house here.
Like, and I know they're all shot in New York,
I mean,
and
that is,
isn't it like?
Yeah.
Like, do they sit the same way?
I mean, like, I don't see a connection specifically.
No, they feel, and that's
I mean,
what,
I do actually. So that chimney, and then you got people smoking.
and this is, I suppose, this is maybe the.
But you're saying it's not connected through the location or the community.
But maybe
it's
the
connected
intimacy
through
of the photographs themselves, right? Of there's a disconnect between the subject and the photographer, because.
But do you think you need it? Like,
but
it can just be a different thing. It can just be a really nice body of work.
No. Absolutely, I'm not criticizing it. What I'm trying to ask is, does one hold more meaning than the other when we're looking?
Of course not, man.
I don't know. Does one gravitate more with? Does one pull you? Like, do you have a stronger pull to, and like I've shot street my whole life. I understand. It's a question I've asked. Like, and I've shot a documentary project, and I kind of I think there is a difference in terms of. Of
course, there's a difference, but like, I don't know. You're asking two questions. The first question you're asking is, are they the same thing? Absolutely. I guess it's apples and oranges. They're both fruits, but they're different
flavors.
But the other question you're asking is, which one has more value? And I don't think there's an answer to that. Like,
they both have value, don't they?
Well, I don't think one has more or less. Like, I think they're just different. It's like different genres of music. Like, you can enjoy lots of genres of music.
Right.
You don't have to just like one thing.
That's true. That's really true. We're complex beasts, aren't we? The human being.
Right. This is really cool. Like, I really like this.
I like it too. I like it a lot. I've loved his work. I'm a big lover of Dan, the man. Yeah, funny story. I thought it was.
Was that kid smoking weed for an apple?
When I first bought the book, I bought. There's got another book before this. He did.
Pickpocket.
Yeah, Pickpocket. Yeah, I got that. And I thought it was. It wasn't Dan Arnold. It was David Arnold, the musician. I thought, he's got into photography, is he? How are you going to get that?
Yeah.
Idiot.
I think the whole Pickpocket name is kind of like about him literally just like feeling like he's stealing
people's
moment from someone.
Yeah, it's great. Have you got that or not?
No, I haven't.
This is a tome of a thing. I've just realised how thick this book is.
It's massive. Isn't
it?
It's
massive.
I don't think we'll get through it all.
We're not going to get. Yeah, no, of course. But it's really lovely.
I love it as well. I think he's
great.
That's insane. That's yeah.
Right, like you appreciate the time and the effort and the skill and the to get this body of work, right?
And I know you're saying he's not trying to take a good photo, but like, that's the way that's composed is muscle memory, right? That even if he's firing that one off from the hip, he's done it enough times where he knows that that's going to work.
Yeah.
I reckon, like, he's not standing around for a long time.
No. He's in and out, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure, but you learn to work fast, right? Yeah, it's great. This is awesome.
There are some things where I'm like, why? I didn't think the first few pages are that strong.
I agree. I think.
And then I'm kind of like, why do you start there? I don't know.
Well,
Obviously, it's like a lot of it is like personal choice.
But I also,
but
just think even just looking at the photos, all right? Like, I kind of, whether they're good or bad or whatever you want to call them, just looking at somebody's actually taking a photo of this. I love this one of the woman against the red box.
Yeah.
What's that say on the side? You are what? Nowhere? Somewhere? This one feels weird, right? I mean, we're looking at this
It feels like an advert or something, right?
Or like a movie. Like, we're looking at this as Brits, and guns are such a part of American culture that just don't map on to. Like, this could be a toy. I don't know. Like,
it almost
it looks realistic to me, but I don't know. It's super jarring to have. That's off. It's hot. Stop because it's hot. It's rolling again.
Okay.
Listen, this is a new
Learning
a new
Yeah.
learning experience for all of us. We've got cameras that we thought would roll forever that aren't rolling. We've got stuff overhead that we may or may not have got up until a certain point. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
The thing I love about the visual element is that the visual podcast is that you can talk about a book and actually see it.
Yeah, because I think that's the important bit, right? Because sometimes when you, I think he's a smart photographer, Dan.
I like how it goes from being very like small moments of, like two people kissing in a fountain to being really chaotic, really
Yeah.
fast. I turned my back for a second and I came back and we were in like I don't know what that was.
Skill, right?
It's good. It's good. I like it. I like this a lot.
Well done, boys. Okay.
And it is a tome of a thing.
There's a lot of photos in there, aren't there?
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
definitely a lot of
You could,
photos in there.
you could dissect it. Why is it? There's a lot of things where I'm like, why is that? Why does it say you are what you do? Yeah.
Nice, lads.
But
Okay.
that's
That's nice. That was good work, lads. That was good work. Any final closing thoughts? I mean, this is a learning experience. I think we
Yeah, hopefully we've got enough footage and it wasn't weird with things cutting on and off and all that kind of stuff. These are technical problems that we'll figure out for next time. But it sounds like we can probably do this again, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the next thing to keep an eye out for, right? We'll release this once it's processed and it's done. Yeah, so maybe, what, do you reckon before Christmas, after Christmas? I don't know what's realistic. It'll be before the end of January.
Yeah, before the end of, I think the end of January.
Right.
The end of January.
So if you're seeing this and it's the new year, Happy New Year, whatever.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas.
The audio stuff we've got in the bank, I think we just get it out.
Yeah.
We just get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can expect that whenever. Like that's a job we need to do, but like we can just release those. They can be their own thing. And then maybe if we can figure out some of these problems, like that camera's just switched off.
Yeah.
So we're back on the wide.
Yeah.
Then-
and that camera switching off, I don't know when that switched off or how long that did. But I wonder if we
It felt really hot when I touched it. So anyway,
it
but
good?
I think that's really technical stuff. I think we
Yeah.
could probably do this again. We could probably fix some of these little technical problems. And then maybe I think it was after we spoke to Barry and we were talking and basically saying that, are we doing our guests that are like gracious enough to come all the way from Wales to chat to us? Like, are we putting out something on a platform where nobody's really seeing it, right? Or hearing it? And I think maybe it's time that we just start
change that.
to change it up, be in a different place.
Everyone wants to see your face. Everyone wants to, to experience what it's like behind the scenes.
It has been daunting though, hasn't it? It's felt really weird. How many times have you sat today and gone, oh, we're on, where's cameras looking at us?
Yeah, well, I suppose. Yeah, I think I forgot about it after a while though. I think,
Yeah, but I remembered again like twice.
There's a point where I do forget it was recording.
yeah, it was just felt like we were talking again. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just ebbs and flows, but every so often
Yeah.
you're like, oh, there's a lot of lights up.
Oh yeah.
And I think I think yeah, there is a lot of lights, but I think actually what's really nice is that yes, a few teething hiccups, we've managed to overcome those, and hopefully over the next few weeks we'll get better at doing them.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. We'll definitely be back, hopefully fairly soon, with another amazing guest. And that's it.
See you in the new year. Cheerio.